Do you feel like everything you buy now comes at an exorbitant price? Just keeping your house running is burning a huge hole in your pocket. Be it a cleaning essential, a grocery item, a designer coat, or perhaps a new gadget, something that might have cost $10 a year, for example, is now available for 15. Yes, inflation is to blame, but you see, it's not the only culprit. There is more to this. There is corporate greed, and this greed is driving the prices up. It's called greedflation. Let me tell you all about it. You see, inflation is the rate at which the general prices rise, and just throw greed into this mix and the problem only gets worse. When big corporate firms decide to exploit inflation, it's called greedflation. In the case of inflation, prices of goods go up to keep up with the production costs, logistics, wage hikes, and more. But at times, companies hike prices more than required to cover the increased costs. And they do this to maximize their profits. And this is greedflation. Let me just give you an example here. Say you want to buy some luxury product. Its price is $100, but there was an inflation of 10%. To keep up, the company needed to increase the price to $110, but the company felt greedy. So in the name of inflation, it hiked the price to $120. It did so only to make more profits. This is how greedflation works, and it further fuels inflation. It's a vicious loop. And why am I telling you about this? Because you may have fallen prey to it. Reports have found, in fact, that greedflation played a significant role in boosting inflation last year. According to an analysis of the financial accounts of many of the UK's biggest businesses, profits far outpaced increases in costs. And this pushed up inflation to levels not seen since the early 1980s. And which companies increased their profits the most? This is in comparison to the pre-pandemic average. For starters, it was the energy company ExxonMobil. Its profits of $18.8 billion increased to $66.5 billion. And then there was Shell. Profits rose from $20 billion to $55.2 billion. For mining firm Glencore, the jump was the most dramatic. Profits of $2.3 billion increased to $18.5 billion. You see, companies earned billions of dollars under the farce of inflation. Sure, the cost of living increased, but the price hikes were disproportionately high. All this while, workers were getting a double whammy. They suffered low wage increases as well as higher interest rates. Inflation has been bad as it is, but corporate greed, it seems, is the new villain in town. So what really is the solution? Some are calling for a global corporation tax to curb excessive profits. But will that actually become a reality? We will have to wait and watch. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.